Good morning, all of you. How are you all? Today we are going to learn about a great scientist and a physician called C.V. Raman. All of you turn your English textbooks to the page 23, lesson number 2. The lesson title is C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. C.V. Raman, the Pride of India. See, if you can see in your textbook in page number 23, you can see 6 pictures of 6 different scientists. See, first one is APJ Abdul Kalam, C.V. Raman, the lesson that we are going to study today. Ramanujan, he is a mathematician. Albert Einstein, a scientist in physics. Isaac Newton, he is also he stated Newton's 3 laws of motion, and the last one is Alexander Fleming. These are 6 scientists which are given in your textbook. Under that there are some questions. I will read it. Please listen. Can you name these scientists? We have named these scientists, yes. Tell your class what you know about them. Are the scientists special people? How? Do you want to be a scientist and why? How many of them received Nobel Prize? Who was the first Indian scientist that received Nobel Prize? Talk about him or her and his or her field of science. Right? In the next page, turn with me to the next page. Here's a reading. Read the following passage and answer that question follows. Right? See, it says here in the very first line. It says, on the busy Bowbazar street in Calcutta, there was an old building. What is the name? Bowbazar street, and it is in Calcutta. There was an old building. It was the headquarters of Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science. Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science. It was the headquarters. It is located in Calcutta and it is an old building. See, next line. In December, on a fine evening, in the month of December, in the evening time, in 1927, in the year 1927, there was much excitement in one of its laboratories. In the year 1927, one fine evening in the month of December, there was excitement, means some kind of happiness, a joy in one of the laboratories in the Indian Association Cultivation of Science laboratories. So, we will see what is that excitement or happiness is about. See. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was showing a visitor. This is the full name of the scientist that we are going to study today. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman was showing visitor some of his instrument when a young man, K.S. Krishna, rushed in and announced Professor Compton has won Nobel Prize. See, in these lines we can understand that Chandrasekhar Venkataraman, he is showing his laboratory equipment to a visitor who came to his lab. Meanwhile, a young man named S.K. Krishnan, he came running into his laboratory and he told that Professor Compton has won Nobel Prize. This was all the excitement, all the happiness is about in that laboratory. They felt happy that Professor Compton has won Nobel Prize for his work in X-rays. We will see the next. Professor Compton has won the Nobel Prize, and for this the laboratory and the people are feeling happy. Raman was equally delighted after hearing Compton has won the Nobel Prize. Right? Here see, in December 1927, Compton has won Nobel Prize for his work in X-rays. See, excellent news, he said, smiling at the visitor, and he was lost in thought. He said that was a great news and he was thrilled and he felt happy that Sir Compton has won Nobel Prize, and he was thinking in his mind. But look here, Krishnan, he said, turning to the young man, if this Compton effect is true of X-rays, it must be true of light too. He says, if this Compton effect is true for X-rays, it should be true also for light also. And after in the next line it says here, a few years earlier, A.H. Compton had shown the nature of X-rays changes when passed through matter. Before he won Nobel Prize, Compton had showed that X-rays changes when they are passed into different kinds of matter. We know matter is of three types: solid, liquids and gases. When these X-rays are passed through certain different kinds of matter, that is solid, liquids and gases, they change their properties. This research was done by Compton before he won the Nobel Prize. The change was dependent on the kind of matter, and the change was dependent, or it depended on the kind of matter which the X-rays have passed through. This effect was called Compton effect. The passing of X-rays through different mediums is called as Compton effect. The effect is named after the scientist, so it is called as Compton effect. Next line, could light also change its nature when passed through a transparent medium? This was the question. This is a question where who is asking this question? Raman asked himself. See, that was the question that Raman asked himself. After Compton has discovered that X-rays will change their if X-rays will change if they are passed through any kind of medium, he was thinking light also can change its nature. Could light also change its nature when passed through different kinds of medium? This was the question that Raman asked himself in his mind. For 5 years he had been doing research in optics, the science of light. So he had this doubt, if X-rays are changing their nature, if they are passed through different kinds of medium. That was explained by A.H. Compton. And Raman has another idea, if light also will pass through different kinds of mediums or matter, will they change their nature or not? And on this he has been researching for 5 years, that is optics, that is science of light. No sophisticated instrument was available in his laboratory. Sophisticated means he had no advanced laboratory equipment in his laboratory. He had all the old things. He did not have much finance or money to buy any laboratory equipment. He had only very less sophisticated, less advanced material or equipment in his laboratory to do any kind of research. But though he did not have any kind of equipment, Raman was confident that he could find answer in some modification in his equipment. Though he did not have money, he did not have advanced equipment, but he had some confidence in himself that if he had modified his own equipment that he has, he could get the result, or he could get success in what he is thinking. So after modification in equipment and lot of studies in science of light, that is optics, 4 months later, on March 16, 1928, Raman announced his discovery of new radiation. After researching for 4 months, on March 16, 1928, he announced his new discovery on radiation. See, describing the behavior of beam of light passing through a liquid chemical. He was able to explain that when light is passing through a liquid chemical medium, right, beam of light passing through a liquid chemical, to assembly of scientists at Bangalore. Now it is called Bangalore. at Bangalore, now called Bengaluru, right? In March 16, he announced his discovery on radiation, that is behavior of beam of light, behavior of the rays of light when passed through a liquid chemical medium, right? And next line, the world hailed the discovery as the Raman effect. After he discovered this discovery of radiation, the world praised him, the world admired him, the discovery that he has made in physics, optics, light, science of light, and world praised him, and they called this discovery after his name as Raman effect. They named after him as that discovery as Raman effect. For scientific research in this country, it was Red Letter Day. Red Letter Day means an important day is called as Red Letter Day, and that day, that is the day when he won Nobel Prize, is regarded as the Red Letter Day, means an important day. His discovery caught the attention of the world. The discovery that he has made in the field of optics, the light, radiation, it caught the attention of the whole world. He became famous over the whole world for his discovery. With equipment worth hardly only 200 rupees. He had equipment in laboratory that was not so advanced, that equipment is not so well developed, but it only costed only 200, it was only 200 rupees, but still then he was able to make discovery, and that discovery was named after him as Raman effect, and for that he won Nobel Prize in the year 1930. See, Raman was able to make discovery which won him Nobel Prize in physics in the year 1930. He had very less money, equipment was the equipment was not very advanced, but still then, because of his zeal and hard work and confidence and the commitment that he has and the zeal that he had, he was able to get successful, right? And in the next line it says, Raman was born on November 7th. Raman was born on November 7th in the year 1888 in a state called Tamil Nadu. In state Tamil Nadu, place called Trichirappalli. His father was a college teacher, and right from his young age he was a brilliant student. When Raman passed his matriculation, his parents were eager to send him to abroad, but on medical grounds a British surgeon advised him against it. And after passing his matriculation, his parents thought of sending him to a different country, so that he is a good student from very young age, so they wanted to send him to the other country so that he will study well, but a surgeon told him not to go abroad. He advised him to study in the India itself. We'll see, hope you all have understood. We'll see the remaining in the next section.